Hey guys, are you tired of scoring of Asura yet? Because we're going to go back for another clear. This is going to be a clear that, again, does not use a tank. This is for those of you that don't have Neovisions of Gabranth. And for those of you that couldn't really pull off the one-shot OTK strategy using a super powerful Terra. Here's an alternative way if you have all the tools. Now, the big trick with this one is it's going to require 2 Mastermind Zon 7 stars. So, I know most people probably don't have 2 copies of 7-star Mastermind Zon. But if you do, you can use this strategy to get a Scorn of Asura clear. I'm trying to put out as many versions of ways to kill this fight as I can to help you all get clears in, because the reward for clearing it is that killer materia, and it's really powerful. So this is the team we're going to use. We're going to be using evocation damage, and the reason evocation damage works is because it doesn't trigger a counterattack. Normally, you really can't rely on just Mirage if you're hitting the boss, because she's hitting you back with counters. But with Evocation Mages, we can do that. Currently, the only one that can really do Evocation chaining is Infernal Fire Rain. Terra technically kind of can, but it's not very good. She's more of a finisher. Then down the road, we're going to be getting other Evocation Mages like Draconian Princess Fina. She can do this. Luna Freya could do it way down the road. But for today, Infernal Fire Rain is going to be our mage. So here's the team we're going to use. We're going to use Blue Mage Fina. Now, this slot can be anyone. We just need someone to dual cast Re-Raise and a single target magic nuke every single turn. We're going to use Blue Fina because she's, everyone has her. She's a story unit. We gave her, she has dual cast naturally. We gave her a Banish. The Holy spell works. Holy is just a slow animation. Banish is a quick animation, and it's all we need is Banish. And we gave her some magical human killer to make her deal more damage to humans. So there's her setup. That's really all that matters. She's going to dual cast Banish and Re-Raise every single turn. And then Mastermind Zon. We need 2 of these. We need to have a source of guts. This is, again, a little bit tricky to do. You need two guts items. Lucid Lenses, Chocobo Feather, Vanille Zestimar, Serena's Zestimar, Shoreline Fina's Zestimar. There's a bunch of sources of guts in the game. Reno's Zestimar if you want to roll the dice. I don't recommend that, though, because that could fail your run if it doesn't go off. You want to go for those 100% chance guts items. But Lucid Lenses is one of them. That's what we're going to use. And this is optional, but if you have it, give Zon a source of disease and poison from counterattacks. He has counterattack naturally in his kit, so there's disease, and here's poison. If you don't have that, it's okay. And you want to give Zon a way to kill himself. Now, we could just dual cast his own skills and, chain on himself, like he could chain and kill himself this way. The problem is, Zon's got a 20% chance to evade somewhere in here. He's got a 20%, even with no gear on, he's got 20% evade chance, and he could evade his own attacks twice in a row and then not kill himself. It happened earlier, and I didn't have a plan for that, and it kind of ruined my run. So I'm giving him Metal Slash, which is a fixed attack. You cannot evade that. He will never evade Metal Slash. If you don't have Metal Slash, you got to kind of roll the dice a little bit. I guess you could give him his TMR. That gives him triple cast, but it also gives him even more evasion by equipping that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But he needs to be able to kill himself every turn. And then other Zon, exact same thing. Some mana regen, Metal Slash, Guts, and then poison and disease weapons. And like I said, he has counterattack in his kit naturally. And now that I think about it, we're going to actually give Fina even more counterattack to make this a little bit easier. She doesn't need all this. We're going to give her Black Belt as well. Yeah, making changes on the fly. I should have done this in advance. This won't take too long. Black Belt and counter. There we go. So Fina can counter as well. Anyway, let's keep moving along. We're going to bring someone to refill mana. It does not have to be Summer Fina and Lid. Summer Fina and Lid is probably the best option if you have them. If you don't, another unit that can refill mana is Folka. If you gear her for 10 auto limit, Folka can do this. Sylvie can do this. Give her some... Sylvie can refill mana as well. But someone's got to deal with the mana drain. The boss is going to be mana draining us a lot in Phase 1 because of the way we're doing this. So we need someone to deal with that. So if anyone else on the team gets mana drained, Fid can use her refill to fill them up. If Fid herself gets mana drained, we've given her lots of regeneration. We've got 2 Pure Blessings, 2 Invigorators, Ardent's Hat, so that's 50% per turn. mana regen. So she's going to regenerate 600 mana of her own per turn. So even if she gets drained to 0 mana, she will regenerate it back to full the next turn. We also gave her dual cast and Holy. That was actually a backup, so in case Zahn evaded his own killing blow, she could finish off Zahn and kill him. We're not going to need that because we have Metal Slash to remove the RNG. But, yeah. So there we go. So we're going to use her. She cannot really break very much in Phase 1, but Phase 2, she's also going to be a breaker. And then Infernal Fire Rain is going to be our DPS. Now, the base form doesn't really matter very much. You can give him some bulk, it doesn't matter. We gave him, like, Raise, Flare, Dual Cast. That's support stuff. It is super not important. That's like, if the run starts to fall apart, that gives me some options to try to recover, but we're probably never going to use that. The things that are going to be useful are a source of permanent Fire Amplify. If you have it, this is great. If you don't, it's optional. A source of permanent break immunity is really good in the base form. If you have it, if you don't, it's okay. And another source of permanent stat buff. Again, it just speeds it up. These are not required for the build. But if you have those, they are helpful. This is the important part, though. His shift form is the evocation damage. That's going to be where all the chain damage comes in. So gear him the best you can in evocation gear, which is mostly high-end gear. As you can see, my Infernal Fire Rain kind of like raided Terra's closet, stole all her gear. He's got double Terra Sword, Terra Vision card, and then, Terra's TMR. Like, we're just all in for evocation damage. We're not using his LB. This is just pure chaining stuff. 280 Esper, 140 Evo damage, and then 4,800 magic. And then the friend we're taking is Woodsman, built me one as well. Same thing. I told him, Lotus, Cores, and Flag. He did those, and I guess he took that really literally because the rest of the slots are empty. That's actually fine. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, we're not using the base form at all other than for auto buffing. Shift form is what matters. He geared his shift form very, very well. It's actually identical to mine. Okay, it looks good. So it's like identical build. Completely identical. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here and do it. Get a kill in if we can. So this is going to be not the quickest clear, but this should be, as long as you have all the tools, this should be pretty copyable. Alright, so every turn, Fina is going to dual cast. We're going to dual cast in this order. Re-raise on one of the Zons. We'll do the middle one. And then banish. And then you need to force target the Zon before you cast. So force target the Zon and then cast. This is going to re-raise Zon. It's going to nuke him. She got lots of human killer. 15,000 damage. There we go. It put him to Guts, and that Guts gives him Smoke Bomb. The other Zon was going to guard for the first turn. Summerfiend and Lid. Now, the boss, we can never, ever, this entire phase, attack this boss directly with a regular attack. If you do, she will counterattack with Dispel. Dispel will remove all your Mirage, and you will die. But currently we have 5-stack Mirage. But we're going to use Summerfiend and Lid for this first turn to do Ultimate Siesta. That's going to break the boss without hitting the boss. That's an okay break, because it doesn't actually deal damage. And then the Rains are just going to use Fire Beast Rage to unlock triple cast. We can't shift until turn 2. So we have 5 stacks of Mirage from Smoke Bomb. So the boss cannot hurt us. So go ahead and do all kind of damage to us. Doesn't matter. We never attack the boss, so we're not getting countered. We're not getting dispelled. And now we counter her and apply Poison. That was, like I said, optional. I'm not poison, disease. That was optional. So now this is on here. His Smoke Bomb is now gone. He has to die to get it back. So if you have Metal Slash, that's a fixed attack. It will never, ever be evaded. It's a guaranteed kill. If you don't have Metal Slash, you can use, like, Dazed and Confused and target himself and then kill himself. That has a chance to be evaded. It's a little bit of a headache. But, and actually, if you're killing yourself, you want to make sure you always use Dazed and Confused as the attack to kill yourself. Other attacks like Paralyzing Darkness or Lethal Virus, they have a slower startup, and he can actually kill someone else on the second cast. It's kind of weird the way it works, but just trust me, from experience, it happened to me. If you're killing yourself, use Dazed and Confused as the attack to kill himself with. But we've got Metal Slash. Metal Slash is a fixed attack. It'll never ever miss. It's guaranteed to hit. 2,000 damage, he dies, he re-raises, his Smoke Bomb is back. But as you can see, he can't act the rest of the turn, and we need Smoke Bomb every single turn. This is why you need 2 Zons. So we're going to target the other Zon, go ahead and re-raise that Zon, go ahead and banish the Zon to set him to critical health, he's going to Guts, we're going to Smoke Bomb. So you can kind of see what's going on here. We're going to alternate every single turn for the entire fight. Fina is going to keep taking turns activating smoke bombs. Zons are going to kill themselves. And we're going to alternate. We will always have 5-stack Mirage up every single turn of the entirety of this fight. This boss will never deal a single point of damage to us. Rain can now shift. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to start attacking the boss. And once we start attacking the boss, that's going to turn on her mana drains. We're going to be attacking only with evocation skills. All of his shift attacks are evocation. So we're going to imperil the boss and then double chain. This will be a little bit of a low damage turn for right now. We're only double casting. But evocation skills will not trigger counters. But it is going to trigger the boss's mana drain. So the boss is going to start mana draining people. So we're going to go ahead and put Summer Fina and Lid on just triple casting her mana refill. If you've got like Folka with 10 auto limit, she can cast Teardrop every turn. That's a great choice for this. But okay, so here comes the mana drain. The boss is currently stat broken, so we're not going to lose too much mana. I mean, it is still a decent amount. Once that cooldown attack break wears off, the mana drain is going to start draining all our mana. Now, if you're using like Folka or something instead of Fid, and you don't have any breaks at all, starting on turn 3, Infernal Fire Rain has this, Sword Beast Dance. It's an evocation skill, so it is okay to use, but it's an 80% spirit break. So if you're not bringing Fid, you're bringing like Sylvie or something, you can still break the boss's spirit by 80% using Infernal Fire Rain. He's a really good choice for this, and we're going to use that because it's actually a higher modifier than his regular skill anyway. So we're going to go ahead and chain this up. Before we do that, we're going to have the Zon Metal Slash himself, target himself, Metal Slash, die, come back. We're going to reload. We're going to target the other Zon. We're going to use Blue Mage Fina to re-raise the Zon, activate Smoke Bomb, activate it. So you can see it's a pretty standard rotation, and I used reloads. We got to do this again. And you might notice that we're not using Infernal Fire Rain's Magnus, Blaze of Grand Shell. That's a big magic buff. We're going to save that for Phase 2 because Phase 2 is going to be a lot tankier. So we're going to save our good DPS for later. I mean, we're dealing respectable damage on Phase 1. So Phase 1, we're doing something like, 8% per turn. So it's going to be somewhere around like a 15-turn clear in Phase 1. And we're not sealing the boss, which is causing her to do extra attacks. Like, she's doing stat breaks and perils and all that. Like, I'll show you. Like, our team is stat broken, attack and magic. We're all imperiled. But because we're using Vermilion Flag, the magic break is not working on our range. We are immune to the break, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just skip ahead because the fight doesn't change. We're doing the exact same thing. We alternate. So the Zon that did the smoke bomb last time will kill himself, come back from re-raise. We will target the other Zon with Blue Mage Fina. She will dual cast re-raise and banish. That Zon activates Smoke Bomb, we use it again, and we just keep going. We just keep chaining. So we summon Flame. So once Infernal Fire Rain's shift form wears off, I'll go ahead and skip the video ahead. But for now, we're gonna keep going. 10% that turn, not bad actually. All right, so again, the boss can't hurt us. It's awesome. There's the mana drain. Okay, so there you go. So you see the mana drain drained Rain to 0 mana because the boss's attack break has worn off. So with no attack break, obviously the mana drain is going to drain all your mana. But we do still have a spirit break because we used Rain's cooldown. So Rain is taking care of the spirit breaks. You cannot use Fid's regular break, Deep Sea Swimming. You can't use this because it's an offensive attack. It would deal damage. It's not evocation. It would trigger the boss to dispel Fid. She would lose her Mirage. She would die. Things would start falling apart. We don't want to do that. But because Rain got mana drained, it's totally fine. We'll just use Fid to refill him. And like I said, if Fid got mana drained, she would just guard, and next turn she would regenerate 600 mana per turn. We geared her in tons of mana regen, so it's fine. Alright, so this Zon will go ahead and Metal Slash himself to go ahead and reset his Smoke Bomb. And again, if you don't have Metal Slash, you would just use, like I said, you would just use, let's go ahead and target him. You would just use his own skills and just hope the evade doesn't mess you up. Smoke Bomb. And are we still in the shift form? We are for one more turn. So we're going to go ahead and just triple cast Summon Flames. Yeah, Rain's shift only lasts for 4 turns. And the boss is still imperiled. He's still spirit broken for one more turn. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and deal some damage. Alright, and someone's gonna get mana drained here. Drain the other friend. That's okay. Doesn't really matter. Alright. So we're back in the base form. So Rain's going to have two turns in the base form. On the first turn of Rain's base form, we just guard. We're not going to do anything. Just guard. Don't hit the boss or anything like that. Let's go ahead and have Zahn Metal Slash himself. This is a lot of clicking and a lot of micromanagement to do it this way. So it is a little bit of a headache. But you know, if you don't have a good Branth, if you don't have good terrors, you can't do those strategies. This will get you a clear in, even if it may be a little bit on the slower side. But it won't be as slow as, like, you know, some other clears. So we'll go ahead and refill some mana again. Okay, so on the turn before we go back into range shift, you want to use his Rage Beast Roar cooldown. So we can have 4 turns of triple cast in the shift form. So Rain Shift only has a 2-turn cooldown. So we're going to... Fina, come on now. We're going to go ahead and Metal Slash. We're going to target our own team. Metal Slash can never be evaded. Reload. Activate Smoke Bomb on the other Zahn. Banish. Smoke Bomb. There we go. Okay, so we're going to use Fire Beast Rage. Don't use Fire Beast Roar. I actually failed to run earlier saying that I clicked this by accident. This is an attack. Don't use that. Use Fire Beast Rage the turn before his shift is available against the Fire Beast Rage. That unlocks quad cast or triple cast for 3 more turns. And then Summerfina and Lid can just mana regen. And next turn we're going to go back into the shift form. We're going to start chaining again. I'm going to skip the video ahead until the boss is about to go into phase 2, because you know this phase, you've seen what happens every single turn. It is literally identical. We're gonna be doing the exact same thing every single turn. So let's go ahead and skip the video ahead a tiny amount until we're ready to go into the next phase. So as you can see, we're gonna shift, etc. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes when we get the boss about to go to phase 2. See you in a moment. Alright guys, it's turn 17. We're about to finish phase 1. We've been doing the exact same thing, just alternating smoke bombs, chaining when his shift is available, otherwise we're not. And now we're going to go ahead and finish off phase 1 of the fight. So we've got smoke bomb, so you know, as usual, the boss is going to revive herself, come back, do her thing. We're still immune. And at this point, honestly, the fight does not change. The only difference at this point is now we can start using actual attacks on the boss. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to always get Smoke Bomb ready again. So we're going to go ahead and have Mastermind Zahn kill himself. Then we use... Yeah, this part of the fight does not change. We do this. Keep Smoke Bomb up every turn. But at this point, we can start using 1 or 2 attacks per turn. So the boss every turn is going to do 3 AoEs. So you can use up to 2 attacks per turn extra and not waste all your stacks. So we're gonna change Lid to breaking the boss, so the boss is always broken, and then just double mana regen, because we're not gonna get mana drained anymore either. So the boss is go ahead and broken. We actually just lost Rain's shift form. We'll go ahead and no, don't summon Fenrir, because Fenrir will actually override your 5-stack Mirage with a 1-stack. Because we did have to summon an Esper at some point for the mission. Actually, Espers, when you summon them, they count as an element dealt. So if we chain fire and summoned Leviathan, that would actually deal 2 elements and cause an eject. So actually save your Esper until the final kill turn. So we're going to Fire Beast Rage the turn before we do our thing. We're going to go ahead and get this refreshed. Activate Smoke Bomb on the other one. Yeah, overall, this is a little bit of a tedious way to do it, but it's fine. And then Smoke Bomb, and then just break the boss. We trigger a counter. And the counters in Phase 2 do apply Confusion and Paralyze to make sure if you're triggering counters with a non-evoker, they are immune to Confusion and Paralyze. But yeah, this is the fight. This is the fight. We're gonna just keep doing this exact same thing until 0%. So I'll show like one cycle of of this phase, and then I'll go ahead and cut the video until we get close to the end again. Because this is not really changing very much. Rain can only stay in his shift form for a few turns. It's a little bit annoying. So we'll go ahead and just Fire Beast, and then oh, we got a shift. Oh yeah. And at this point, we're gonna start using Rain's Magnus actually. Yeah, so we're gonna actually do Imperil, Magnus, and Fire. And let's see, Imperil, Magnus, and Fire. Let's go ahead and do that. This is more of a setup turn. And next turn, the boss's shield is down, and we'll triple chain and do some respectable damage. Yeah, because now we've got our Rain at 6,190 magic. Very nice. Oh, the Imperil wore off this turn. We'll go ahead and use Fid's one and only charge her Magnus to reapply the Imperil, just to get a little bit of bonus damage in. Let's go ahead and Metal Slash Arzon. We'll do all this before we fool with anything else. Well, I wish there was like a easier way to do this per turn with all these clicks, but there really isn't. All right, so we're gonna break, and we're gonna go ahead and use this for the Fire Imperil, so we don't lose we don't want to lose an entire turn of chaining. So we're going to go ahead and summon, and then Fire Beast. We're going to summon, Fire Beast. So how much damage are we dealing when the shield is down? 79%. We're doing 10%. Not bad. So we're definitely out DPSing the heal. And then the boss's shield is back up. Boo! Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Reload, target, kill, re-raise, activate, banish, smoke bomb, blah blah blah. And we put you back on break and double mana regen. We have to just triple chain with you. And when the shield is up, we're only dealing, what's that, 6%? So we're doing 10% when the shield is down, then 6% twice, so 22% per 3 turns? Not bad. Yeah, we're definitely outdoing the healing. Poison should land again at some point during the fight. It's RNG when it does or doesn't. So, but we should get a little bit more poison damage before this is done. And and once you get into like a rotation of this, it becomes pretty easy to like mindlessly do the chaining and all, or the re-raise thing. Yeah, so there it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip towards the end. There's no point to just record every single turn because I mean the fight doesn't change. We're just doing literally this every single turn. Hey, there's poison, so we got 10% more poison. And she's going to take another 100,000 next turn. We just lost the shift form, so we just guard these. We will kill Arzon, hit reload, target, kill with Fina, activate, smoke bomb, boom, Fid repeats. And the boss is going to get another 10% health loss from poison. And at this point, the boss will no longer be poisonable the rest of the fight. We're going to have to do the last 40%, just straight up chaining. There's the Imperil. It's actually a good turn for it. That means we can get a few turns of chaining without being interrupted. And then, oh, we lost the poison. I guess we're not getting any more poison on this fight. Oh well. Wait for her to finish her casting. We'll do this. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the video until to the end. When we're not doing anything different, we're just repeating every single turn. When Rain's, Rain next turn can go into his shift form, so we're going to go ahead and Fire Beast Rage so he can get, all triple cast during his shift form. So I'll see you when the boss is close to dead. See you in a moment. Alright guys, we're getting close to the end, so I'm just continuing, what we've been doing. So the boss, when she heals, is making this a lot slower, and I went like 30 turns without really synergizing my rotation to hers. I finally realized what I want to do is prepare my shift form on the turn before her shield goes down, and then shift on the turn her shield goes down. That gives me 2 turns of her rotation in my shift form with her shield being down. And it took me like 30 turns, like mindlessly repeating and getting really bad damage. So while this is going to be a slow clear no matter what, doing it this way, it didn't have to be as slow as it was for me doing it the way I was doing it, because I was we're gonna take one more rotation to kill her, and I'll go ahead and show you the rotation. And once you get your rotation lined up to hers, at that point you can just always shift on demand. You just need to time it to where your shift goes into the shift when her shield goes down, because you'll see here in a second we'll do this turn, and we'll be able to line up our skills to get burst every time her shield is down, and it boosts damage quite a bit. But first, we got to do, this is certainly the most irritating part of this run, is activating Smoke Bomb every turn. But, we're getting there. Alright, Smoke Bomb's done. So the boss's shield is down currently, so we're going to go ahead and use our Fire Beast Sword Dance to boost damage a little bit of burst. Unfortunately, this is not going to kill her. This is going to bring her to like 3%. 2%. So we're going to need one more phase to get it done. And she's going to heal as well, but it's okay. So this is when our, she gets dispelled and everything. Yeah, it lines up really well. Once I figured it out. I figured it out like 10 turns ago, and the damage went up a whole lot. So we're back in the base form for now. Let's go ahead and activate our Smoke Bomb. And like I said, once you get into the groove, activating Smoke Bomb and all is just, pretty easy. We are out. So you see how she has 2 turns, and we just left shift with 2 turns. So we're gonna go ahead and guard on this turn, and then next turn her shield has 1 turn left. We're gonna do our triple cast unlock, and then when her shield goes down, we're going to go into the shield and get 1 turn of burst. And there's the heal, yes, because it's going to take 2 turns of bursting to get it. Alright. So this is the turn we set up our shift after we do our usual maintenance for activating Smoke Bomb and all. The good news is that at least, well, we didn't quite do it yet. Okay, so now we're going to get ready for the shift. Yeah, so when her turn... Line up your rain and phase 2 rotation. When she has 1 turn remaining on the shield, that's when you want to do his cooldowns, and then we're gonna go into the shift form next turn when her shield goes down, and that'll give us 2 entire burst phases with her shield being down. It boosts damage a good amount, a really good amount. All right, so we're gonna kill her probably in 2 turns, maybe 3. So about a 65 turn clear. Not too terrible, considering we're not using a tank, we're not using like the overpowered Terra and stuff. Let's go ahead and target you. Re-raise and kill. Smoke. Do this. Break. Shift. It's a whole lot of clicking. This is certainly a tedious clear, and this is more for those of you that just want to get it done right away but don't have any better options. So we're going to imperil and then use our cooldown for a little bit of higher burst. Yeah, we got to imperil when we first go into the shift. And assuming she doesn't heal here, we're going to kill her. Otherwise, it'll be a 65 turn clear. I'm not sure what turn she heals. Oh, no heal. Okay, so we win, not bad. Turn, 64, I guess. Kind of not bad. It kind of is, but we're going to kill her anyway. Okay, so let's do this. We need to summon an Esper at some point, so we've summoned an Esper to say we did all missions, or we did 2 out of 3 missions. And finish her off. Okay, so there was The way to do it with double Zon Smoke Bomb. It is slow and steady. Pretty brainless. You need good Infernal Rains to do it in a realistic time frame. And like I said, I wasted like 30 turns not syncing up my rotation. I was just watching YouTube while I was not recording, and I was just brainlessly repeating it over and over and over. But yeah, there is a way to do it with Infernal Fire Rain. So I've shown many Asura clears. But there we go. Alright, guys. That's an easy way to do it. Easy, brainless. It does require 2 Zons and 2 sources of guts. But if you've got that, you can get an Asura clear 2 out of 3 missions. We did have deaths, of course. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.